The certified letter demanding $250,000 arrived the same blistering afternoon. I lowered my father into the red Arizona dirt. And that's when Monica Hargrove, the perfume-drenched dictator of Pinnacle Vista Estates, made the single dumbest power move of her Botox-tight little life. Picture me, Colton Reeves, 45, third-generation ironworker, still in the same black suit that smelled like funeral lilies and regret, standing in the gravel driveway of the 5-acre patch my grandfather clawed out of the desert in 1954. Back then it was nothing but mesquite and rattlesnakes. Now luxury stucco boxes with infinity pools pressed right up against my chain link like they own the place. The letter claimed my shop, the same corrugated metal beast where 3 generations had welded ranch gates and custom railings, violated community aesthetics and environmental covenants. Daily fines of $500 until demolished. Monica's handwriting on the cover note was so neat it looked printed. Timing is unfortunate, Colton. But rules protect us all. She didn't even wait for the dirt to settle on Dad's grave. I was still tasting cemetery dust when her rose perfume hit me like a chemical weapon. Monica strutted across the street in 4-inch heels, blonde helmet hair gleaming, fake sympathy dripping off lips that probably cost more than my truck. Colton, sweetie, we all grieve in our own way. But business is business. The board voted unanimously. She handed me the envelope like she was delivering flowers. I stared at her until the smile cracked. Unanimously, I repeated. Funny how that works when half the board owes you favors from your little real estate days. Here's what Monica didn't know while she was busy playing HOA queen. I wasn't just fighting for a shop. I was about to prove I legally owned the ground under half her precious subdivision. Let me back up, because the way this neighborhood was built is almost poetic in its stupidity. Grandpa paid cash in 1954. No HOA, no covenants, no nothing, just a deed and a handshake with the county. Fast forward to 2007. Some developer named Desert Dream Homes plops 48 McMansions around us like they were gift wrapping the desert. They offered Grandpa $650,000 to sell. He laughed, told them to keep their fake grass, and died in '98, leaving the land to Dad, then to me. My shop hums every morning at 6:30, perfectly legal under county code. But to Monica and her minions, the sparks and grinder noise were industrial blight. The harassment started cute. Noise complaints at 7 a.m., even though the city allows construction at 6. Then demands for 6-foot site barriers. Then 6 surprise inspections in 10 weeks. Every single one came up clean. But Monica wasn't done. The $250,000 fine landed like a gut punch on funeral day because she knew I'd be too broken to fight. She was wrong. While she was probably toasting her victory with overpriced rose, I was in Dad's old office surrounded by yellowed files that smelled like Old Spice and stubbornness. The original 1954 deed, real paper, Real seal, showed 0 HOA signature. Grandpa never agreed to their rules because their rules didn't exist yet. But I kept digging. Every night after Sophie, my 14-year-old, went to bed, I drove to the county recorder's office. Fluorescent lights buzzed while I flipped through plats from the 1950s. And that's when the first beautiful crack appeared. The 2007 subdivision survey had oopsied by almost half an acre. 13 backyards, the main entrance road, the clubhouse, the community pool, and the kids' playground, all sitting on Reeves' land. My land. Monica's own backyard gazebo. 8 feet over the line. The retention ponds that kept their xeriscaping green during drought. Fed by the natural spring Grandpa locked down with exclusive water rights in 1955. Every sprinkler, every fountain, every drop keeping Pinnacle Vista from turning back into desert. Stolen from me for 17 years. I didn't run out screaming. I hired the best property lawyer in Maricopa County, a no-nonsense woman named Elena Vargas, who looked at my stack of papers and whistled low. Colton, you don't just have a case. You have a neighborhood hostage situation. Monica's next move was pure theater. She called an emergency safety meeting and showed a PowerPoint titled Protecting Our Desert Oasis. Photos of my shop with captions like eyesore and hazard to our children. 30 neighbors nodded along because nobody wants to be the next target. I showed up uninvited, laid the original deed and new GPS survey on the table, and said quietly, "You might want to read the fine print before you keep billing people for my property." Monica laughed that fake little laugh. The past is the past, Colton. We all have to move forward together. I smiled back. Together? Sure. once you pay 17 years of back rent and water royalties. Things got nuclear after that. Monica hired a downtown firm that sent weekly certified letters demanding I sell at fair market value or face eminent domain theater. She sicked every agency with an acronym on me: county zoning, health department, even the Arizona Department of Environmental Quality. Every inspection came back sparkling clean. Her response? Accuse the inspectors of being bought. Classic. Meanwhile, I installed cameras. Caught her husband Derek at 2:14 a.m. slashing my tires and spray painting move across the shop door. Cops had him in cuffs before breakfast. Monica told Channel 12 he was just investigating a noise complaint. The reporter almost laughed on camera. Then came the money trail. I filed a public records request. Turns out Monica had burned $68,000 of homeowners' fees on lawyers, investigators, and expert witnesses, all to crush the guy whose land predated their HOA by 53 years. Neighbors started asking questions. Quarterly dues had tripled. Road repairs? Still potholes. But Monica's legal war chest was fat. The final domino was hiding in the HOA bylaws nobody ever reads. President must have lived in Pinnacle Vista for 10 full years. Monica moved in 7 years ago. Every vote, every fine, every assessment she'd rammed through, legally void. Her entire reign was a fraud. I saved that bomb for the big town hall showdown. The community center was standing room only. Cameras rolling. Monica took the podium first, voice cracking with practiced tears. We just want a safe, beautiful neighborhood for our families. The crowd shifted uncomfortably. I walked up calm, clicked the projector, and let the maps do the talking. Red lines showed every single encroachment. The road. The pool. Monica's own gazebo. Then I clicked to the water rights page. This spring produces 42,000 gallons a day. You've been using 31,000 of them. Drought season starts in 2 weeks. I could shut it off tomorrow. Law's clear. Gasps. A mom in the third row actually clutched her pearls. Monica's face went the color of cheap Chardonnay. This is blackmail, she shrieked. You're threatening our children. I leaned into the mic. No, Monica. I'm offering easements at fair market rates, water licensing that keeps your lawns green, and a clean slate. Or we can let the courts sort it, your choice. But every day you fight, your neighbors pay. Security had to escort her out when she started screaming about conspiracies. The footage went viral before she reached her Lexus. 6 weeks later, the new HOA board, elected after her forced resignation, signed the papers. I got $92,000 in back compensation and royalties. Every boundary was redrawn. Insurance companies stopped threatening cancellations. Property values actually climbed once the drama died. Monica sold her McMansion at a $52,000 loss and moved to some cookie-cutter community in Nevada. Last I heard, Derek filed for divorce, and the Arizona DQ is still looking at her for that false pollution report. My shop is still humming. Sophie welds her first gate beside me every weekend. And every evening I sit on the porch, cold beer in hand, watching the desert sunset paint the subdivision the same color as Grandpa's old survey stakes. Sometimes the tightest noose is the one you tie yourself. True or false, the HOA president was simply protecting property values, and the grieving homeowner was the real abuser of power for daring to fight back with the law on his side. Drop your answer below. Let's settle this once and for all.